You live by a philosophy and you die by a philosophy. To me, there is nothing that fits better than this quote here when it comes to describing the Golden State Warriors. I'm sure you guys have already heard about this. Golden State Warriors president of basketball operations / general manager Bob Myers announced this past Tuesday that he'll be stepping down after 12 years with the Warriors. Even though rumors are saying that Golden State offered him a big contract, Myers still said no, and I think that further shows my point here because Myers himself knows more than anybody that this worst nightmare is about to crumble the Golden State Warriors dynasty. Now, dating back to the very beginning, the Golden State Warriors took many of their core players like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and heck, I even put Harrison Barnes here as well through the draft as the building foundation of the dynasty. However, in the past few years, the results aren't there. The Warriors front office envisioned a scenario where their top superstars can still play on a high level, while a group of young talented players learn, develop behind them, and create a deep bench with both young players and veteran players. Nonetheless, after this season, it's fair to say that the Warriors dynasty is on the verge of crushing, and I want to go over how exactly this so-called championship philosophy is now coming back to bite the Warriors themselves. So without further ado, let's roll the intro.
I'm on my match in the dark. 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 I'm on my match in the
Yo, what's up guys, Jason's here back with another video. If it's your first time watching, I cover news and reports for every single team in the league. If you want the latest basketball news and rumors in your feed, all you gotta do is to leave a like and subscribe so that you won't miss any of my future content. Now, to start things off, let's first talk about what started and what is about to end this Warriors dynasty. Back in 2009, when the Warriors took Steph Curry with the 7th overall pick, it sets the foundation of this Warriors team. And then later in 2011, the Warriors took one more key piece player in Klay Thompson, and the year after that, they took both Harrison Barnes and Draymond Green, who are all core players of this Warriors current dynasty. I'm not going to count Harrison Barnes here because even though he played great, the Warriors had Kevin Durant to replace him. But still, that draft selection was great. However, beyond all these, everybody else either did very little things, or is a complete bust, or they simply didn't see the court. Take a look at this list here. After those years of taking Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, things didn't go well at all. You can sure argue that there are flashes here and there, but the Warriors truly did not find anybody in Steph, Klay, or Draymond's caliber. What truly hurts the Warriors here is the beginning of the 2020 draft. After a poor 2019 season, the Warriors ended up with the 2nd overall pick. And with that pick, the Warriors took James Wiseman out of Memphis. We were all excited and think that the Warriors finally got a franchise center who is dominating the paint and can shoot behind the arc. But unfortunately, things did not develop at all, and before this trade deadline this year, the Warriors sent Wiseman away for GP2. Now, the thing is, Wiseman was a huge need at the time for the Warriors. There were rumors about trading the 2nd pick away, but eventually fans are all cool with us taking Wiseman. The starting five of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and James Wiseman gave us so much hope. Of course, we know that by now, things didn't work out. And then the year after that in 2021, the Warriors had 2 lottery picks at 7 and 14. Now, at that point, I was a huge proponent of trading both picks away because, in reality, there is no point in my opinion to have 3 rookies on your team when it comes to contention. Instead, they should package some players and picks to get more superstars to attach to the core. But instead, the Warriors took Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody. I will say they both are playing fine right now, but they're not getting proper development, and oftentimes they get benched during key moments. And then last year, the Warriors took Patrick Baldwin late in the 1st round at 28. If you take a look at all 4 of these 1st round picks here, they virtually are doing nothing for the Warriors. Well, I should say 3 because Wiseman brought back Gary Payton II, which is playing a key role for the Warriors. What's so ridiculous to me is how idiotic and stagnant this Warriors front office is. If you look at all the previous 1st round the Warriors took after taking Steph, Klay, and Draymond, the only 3 guys within these past decade that play actually good for the Warriors are Harrison Barnes, who is not on the team anymore, Kevon Looney, who is playing great, and Jordan Poole, who is falling off a cliff after getting that massive extension. Besides these, let's take a look here. Festus Ezeli, Damian Jones, Jacob Evans. None of these players properly developed and they are not on the team anymore. Same things apply for all the second round picks. Well, I'll make an exception here. Patrick McCall played nicely, but after that he left for money to play with the Raptors. Eric Pascal also played great, but the Warriors had to trade him because of cap situations. But beyond that, nothing else is going on. So when the Warriors see that they're not the best team at developing players and rookies, why still stuck with it? To be honest, I'll be shocked if the Warriors take another first round of this year in 19, because that will prove to me that this Warriors front office is sinking and the dynasty might actually come to an end. You guys know me, I love this Warriors team from the bottom to the top, but I don't think completely stick with the philosophy of growing organically is the best way of doing business. Now, aside from the draft, there are also problems now with contract within this team. Both Klay Thompson and Draymond Green got 1 year left on their contract, and both of them want a max extension. Right off the bat, this is concerning. Klay Thompson played horribly this year in the playoffs, and now he expects the Warriors to award him a max extension as if he is doing the team a favor. Remember, Klay Thompson had 2 back-to-back season-ending injuries, and his defensive attributes are getting worse year by year. If the Warriors give Klay 1 more full-year max extension, they're stuck with him for the next 5 seasons. We already know how fast Klay Thompson is breaking down, and the fact that he still thinks he deserves a max extension is just outrageous. Now, another guy that wants this max contract extension is Draymond Green. His last year of the contract is player option, meaning he can opt out and become a free agent, but I doubt he will do that because he won't get this kind of money anywhere else in the league. Don't get me wrong here, Draymond Green is the critical part of this Warriors' past success, but my previous point says it. Draymond Green is the textbook definition of a system player, meaning he won't get a max extension anywhere else in the league unless some teams get desperate. Truth be told, the NBA is the business. When talking about the other 3 starters in Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, and Kevon Looney, I got no problems. But the amount of salary and luxury tax the Warriors are paying for Draymond Green and Klay Thompson can be used on guys that can generate way more positive results. The negative loophole the Warriors are getting into right now is bad. On one side of it, they don't trust their rookies because they aren't fully developed, since these veterans are taking a lot of time away from them. But on the other hand, the Warriors can't find players to fill in these veteran roles because they don't trust these young players enough for those big moments. So the Warriors are now stuck in this position where they have to pay a lot of money to maintain these veterans to hold these spots, and yet they don't have a backup plan. That means this demand of these max extension from Klay and Draymond have to leverage because the management didn't leave any room for flexibility. Lastly, there's one aspect that is also concerning me, and it's the fact that their front office is showing early signs of wrong player evaluation with bad contract, and I hope that's not the case. If I look at all the big contracts the Warriors have given out in the past, they're all the correct amount of money without anyone being overpaid. But now, looking at Jordan Poole's contract is a little bit concerning to me. Look at the other rookies, both Kuminga and Moody have 2 years left. Are going to extend them next offseason, and how much is it going to be? If the front office doesn't extend Klay and Draymond, they both will become free agent. By that time, both Kuminga and Moody will have 1 year left. Then the Warriors are really stuck because you obviously don't want to lose Klay and Draymond for nothing, but at the same time, you need to maintain youth and eventually make them the new core. So now the problem is, if we look at Jordan Poole's contract, after last year's decent performance, the Warriors give him the bag. Does that mean if Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody play decently well next season, you will give them both big bags too? That's concerning too, right? But like we said before, both Klay and Dre will become free agent, and by that time, they'll have the leverage to ask the Warriors for an even bigger contract because they have the leverage. If the Warriors don't give them the contract, they can just walk out the door and become a free agent and join a different team. And if that were to happen, the Warriors are even in bigger trouble because they will get absolutely nothing from these 2 previous superstars. Now, there are certainly things the Warriors front office can still do because you still have the amazing talent in Steph Curry. But it's going to be challenging considering the big hole the Warriors dig for themselves these past few years. Alright guys, that's all we got for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you think the Warriors Dynasty is coming to an end. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on social media with all the links in the description box down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.